The second item that I want to talk about today is TV shows. Like, there are so many big TV shows going on right now. Most of you have probably seen on my fan page and know about, the Doctor Who 50th anniversary that happened this week. Huge, huge, huge thing that a show has been on the air for 50 years. It has such a huge fan base following. I recently got into it. I've been a Doctor Who fan for about 2 years now. But once I got in, I was hooked, and I went back through, I watched all the old classic stuff from way, way back, from the first through the 8th Doctor, and everything that is out there that isn't lost. Read up on lore and anything that I can get my hands on. I just eat it up now. So this 50th anniversary was amazing. I sat there like a kid in a candy shop. Like, I'm just like staring at the TV like, oh my god, I had this big stupid grin on my face, and my best friend thought I was nuts. She came and watched it with us at the party just out of support. She was not a Whovian. She's not a fan. She even teased me for being a fan of Doctor Who, telling me that the TARDIS is not a viable spacecraft. And I love her to death. But she's slowly being converted, and she's becoming a Whovian now, and I love it. I knew, as being a sci-fi fan, as soon as she actually put down her walls and watched it, that she would come to her senses. I love you. But yeah, that was huge. There were parties all over the world. The show was simulcasted through the whole world, so everybody around the world got to watch it at the same time. It was even shown in some theaters live, simulcast, and there were so many amazing cosplayers that dressed up for that day, and my friend that hosted the party did her husband built a life-size TARDIS in their front door, so we got to walk into the TARDIS. They had cupcakes, and they gave out these little TARDIS goodie boxes, which she found on Etsy, from Breaking Patterns at Etsy.com. She's got a lot of different little Doctor Who crafty stuff on there. The other shows that are on right now that I'm really, really big into are Supernatural, as you see from my Castiel Everyday cosplay today. Today is Supernatural episode, because it is Tuesday. Tuesday is my Epic Geeky TV night, because we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Supernatural both on tonight. And I watched those both with my husband. He is really big into both of them as well. Supernatural's been running forever, and I've watched it since the beginning. I started watching it. I was in high school when I started watching it, from the very beginning premiere episode. And I've always been hooked on that. Like, their storyline of being hunters and hunting these supernatural creatures and stuff has always kind of drawn me. I've always been kind of interested in the supernatural realms and such like that. So I'm really excited for tonight's episode to see what happens. I'm also really, really liking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's mixed reviews about it, but I really enjoy it. Fitz and Simmons are hilarious. I honestly think that they are that comedic relief that the show needed, because they're perfect. They feed off each other so well. The fact that, Agent Coulson is back, like, okay, how did that happen? What happened? We thought you were dead. Like, now you're back and you're running your own unit, But it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying all the little quirks that are being brought in, little jokes from the Avengers and whatnot. And some of the stuff, if you haven't watched all of the Avengers and the movies leading up to the Avengers, you may not get some of those little throwbacks in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because especially Agent Coulson is always making these little remarks that remark back to those movies, which is really cool. Another show that we're watching is, of course, Once Upon a Time and Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. I started watching Once Upon a Time last year, got caught up on Netflix, and was instantly hooked. It's one of those that is so intertwined and is so drawing that it'll really draw you in. And once you're hooked, you can't get back out, because there's just everything twines together. It's such a unique look at all of those fairy tales and stories that we grew up with. Just relearning them as an adult in a different light is really fun. It's really intriguing. And then this spin-off in Wonderland is taking me a bit to get into, just because I'm so in love with the original Once Upon a Time, that the Wonderland side of it is just like, okay, I'm missing those characters that I love so much, but I have to look at it as a completely different show. And the last show that I watch every single week is The Walking Dead, of course. I love The Walking Dead, and I love watching Talking Dead afterwards on commentary on the show and reading reviews and such. I have not had the privilege to read the comics, so I'm seeing these stories for the first time and not comparing them to the comics like a lot of the comic fans are, and they're saying how much different the show is from the comic, when the writers, I guess, were wanting to take it that way, but because I'm watching it without reading it, I'm really enjoying not expecting something and then something else happening. I really like the complexity of this story in the last few episodes with the governor and such, and I really can't wait to learn more about Michonne's character. She had a little bit of a weak moment a few episodes back, where we saw a little bit more of a human side to her, and I can't wait till, I hope they delve more into that on the reason why that happened. It'd be really, really cool. So, anyways, not to take this over 20 minutes is my goal. So, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. I'd like to know what your guys' favorite TV shows are on right now and why, and if you share some of the same views as I do, I'd love to hear them, or if you have things to discuss or debate about, I'd love to hear that as well. So please feel free to comment below or comment on my Facebook. I love talking to you guys and learning more about you guys. I really do want to know more about you guys that follow me and why you follow all of my craziness. So, yeah, comment, subscribe, link it to your friends, and I love you guys, and I will see you guys next week.